Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So I promised you a video on hairstyling tips for alopecia, and this is it. So before we get started, just don't forget to subscribe to my channel, and if you end up liking this video, give me a thumbs up, but here we go. So first of all, I wanted to say, if you are going through this, you are not alone. There is a whole community of people out there that are going through the same thing. All you gotta do is just reach out to them and talk about it, and it will make you feel a lot better. And that's what I noticed when I posted my alopecia story, that all these people commented and shared their story with me, which was so, honestly, if you were one of the people, is so meaningful. It touched me so much. I can't even express to you how much it meant to me to read your stories, to know that I'm not alone and that other people are going through the same thing or went through the same thing and came out the other side and they're just fine. And I don't think that people really understand what it is to lose your hair, even though it's kind of like one of those things that you don't want to admit that you're like really sad about, because it is part of vanity. But you think about how expressive we are with our hair, how much we invest in terms of coloring it, cutting it, making it look a certain way. So much of our identity is linked to our hair, so it is pretty devastating when you start to lose it. And then when you start to lose it, you don't want to touch it. You don't want to do anything to it. I completely understand, like, not wanting to even put a brush through it because you don't want to lose any more hair than you already have. So when I started going through it, I didn't want to touch it. I didn't do anything to it. It was like I was like 16 again. I hardly even I didn't style it. I didn't even want to wash it. But eventually, you know, being in the public eye, being on TV, doing YouTube videos, sharing my life publicly, at some point I had to learn how to deal with it. So I started to adapt my old routine to a newer way of styling my hair. And maybe my hair doesn't look as polished as it was before and I can't do as much with it, but at least I can do enough to where I really enjoy my hair again. So the first thing we're gonna talk about is washing your hair. So this is a debate that a lot of people have as to whether you should wash it more often or you should wash it less. I've heard people say that if you wash it more often, it's better for your hair because you're cleaning your scalp and you're getting rid of any of the old oils or dirt or anything that can clog your hair follicles. Because when you clog your hair follicles, it's kind of harder for new hairs to push through. But the flip side to that is that when you are losing your hair, the last thing you want to do is be in the shower and watch more of it just go down the drain. So what I would say to that is do whatever you're comfortable with. For me, when it started happening, I was only washing it once a week. I've moved on to twice a week now because I did notice that my scalp was getting a little itchy and my head just did not feel right. It just did not feel clean. So I've moved on to washing it twice a week now. And don't wash with super scalding hot water. I learned my lesson the hard way the one day when I was just sort of fed up and I just took a super hot shower, and I swear to God, I just had this clump in my hair, like right there. It was all like just smaller, shorter layers that had fallen out and just stayed about here and didn't come through all the way. So basically what I had to do afterwards was just pick out my hair strand by strand, and after that I started taking cold showers, which I don't think is such a great idea as well, because you want to encourage circulation in your head. So maybe like lukewarm would be the best way to go. And because alopecia is so linked to stress, another tip that I have for you guys is to put on some music when you're taking a shower. Just put your phone out there on the counter, put on your playlist, and have fun in the shower. Just dance around, sing, whatever it is that you can do to make yourself happy while you're doing something that is so incredibly stressful is going to make the situation so much better. And when you're in the shower and you're washing hair, you really want to massage your scalp. You want to spend a lot of time massaging your scalp. So what massaging your scalp does is it encourages circulation in your scalp, which is going to in turn help grow your hair. So anything we can do to grow our hair is in my books. Okay, now when it comes to drying your hair, in the beginning I was not even using a blow dryer on it. I stopped doing that completely because I was just so scared. But what I figured out is that you can use a blow dryer. You just have to use the cool setting. So if you're looking for a hair dryer, this is the one that I use, the GHD Air. I really love it a lot. It's so powerful, so you don't need to use it for very long. And it has the cool setting, so you just use that. I like to flip my hair upside down and just blow dry my hair with the cool setting, and it takes a little bit longer obviously than the heat setting, but you don't want to use the heat setting when your hair is falling out. You don't want to use too many hot tools close to your scalp So that's why the cool setting is really, really important. And just lightly with your fingers, just sort of fluff your hair dry and don't use a brush. Do not, I know you guys want to use a round brush, but you're just gonna pull your hair out. And I know like a lot of people will say, well, it's gonna fall out eventually anyways, but like anything you can do to not encourage your hair to fall out is the best way to go. So do not use a brush with your hair, just use your fingers and use the cool setting on the hairdryer and you are good to go. So I'm gonna link all the products down below for you guys, so if you're looking to purchase a new hairdryer or any other tools, you'll know exactly what to use. Okay, so now for those of you that actually want to style your hair, if you have an event to go to, or if you're filming something like me, and you want to have a little bit of a style going, what I would encourage you to do is don't use a flat iron, because a flat iron will clamp and pull your hair down. Don't use a curling iron because that'll clamp. You don't want anything with a clamp. What you want to do is use a waving wand. So the one that I use is the GHD curve waving wand. It's great because it doesn't overheat, which is super, super important. That's what I really like about this waving wand, is that it takes a second to heat up and then it doesn't overheat. So you're not using super, super hot heat on your hair. And the great thing about waving wands is all you have to do is wrap your hair gently around the barrel, hold it in place and let it go, and you have a curl. So you're not pulling on your hair at all. That's the great thing about waving wands, is you are not pulling your hair. And I just really love GHD products because they're just so well made. And my last and final tip is all about this guy right here. So if you are going to a party or something really big, some sort of really big function, and you don't want any of your little bald spots to be showing, you want to use a root touch-up spray. That's what this guy is right over here. This is by L'Oreal. It's meant to cover grays, but what you can do, it has a little nozzle here, is you can spray it. So you spray it onto your scalp and it just makes it look like you don't have a bald patch, which is really cool. So I'll just show you guys. And yeah, look, it's gone completely. It's magic. So you don't want to use these too often because you don't want to put too many things on your scalp that will clog your hair follicles, because the idea is to let them breathe so that the new hairs can come through. But if you're caught in a situation where you just do not want that showing, this is your best friend right here. So those are my hairstyling tips for people that are suffering from alopecia or from hair loss. If you guys have any questions or any tips of your own, please let us know in the comments below. And if you have any requests for future videos, just let me know as well. And I will see you guys next week with another video. Thanks so much for watching, guys. I hope this helped.